Hello there, how are you keeping? And welcome back to Out of War here in the Arctic winter, of course. So today we've made another addition to our fleet of vehicles here. We have the largest rock truck available to us. So let's just jump into the store here and have a quick look at it. I was doing a little bit of blasting there before I started recording. And it is the HT 400. The cost there just under 6 million. But we have a huge capacity on this, 320 square meters there. So I want to use this to start ramping up on this platform here in front of us. So we have a whole bunch of dirt to move here today, as you can see in front of us, mixed in with some blasted rock there, which we're going to process down to some gravel and extract the minute minerals in it. Now up on this platform here we had really a large overhang, so I had the drainite out there for the better part of an hour. Kind of blasting away at that there and getting rid of it, getting it a little bit more easier up here to kind of envision what I'm thinking in terms of getting up to the top of this mountain here. But I just want to clear out a couple of loads here of this pay dirt, and then we'll start laying down some ramp pieces. What we can actually do is have a quick look at the map here so I can kind of show you a little bit better what I'm thinking. This is a huge mountain and I kind of want to get up to the top here and establish a wash plant and a new, let's call it a base up there, a new base of operations. Kind of getting all glitchy there as I'm digging through that material. Now the previous rock truck I was using there was getting full there in 4 to 5 buckets. So we should be able to get 7 or 8 onto this at least, I would say. Not quite sure what's happening with those graphics glitching out there on the rock truck itself. But this new truck here should make things a little bit more efficient. Quite a lot more efficient really. The quicker I can get the dirt off the side of this hill, the better. So anyway, let's take a look at the map here and show you exactly what I'm thinking. So if I zoom in here, you can kind of see our whole, here's our starting area where I kind of got the funds to expand over to this area. Or a couple of little roads there, looking a little bit patchy here on the map, but that's okay. So as you can see, over here is the dump deck that I'm using. We have a tunnel underneath the mountain here. And I'm going to ramp up on this top platform here. Eventually we'll probably pivot to the right, and hopefully by then we'll actually be on the peak of this. But as you can see, it's quite a large mountain there. We're going to have a lot of digging to do ahead of us up there. But I'm looking forward to getting up there in the dozer and kind of clearing out some walkways and some paths. And is it just me, or is there like green sludge coming off this dirt? Is there an update or something that I don't know about? Or is the game just glitching right now? We will see in some time. It's like raining down on the top of my vehicle there also. Not ideal. My shiny new vehicle. I'll have to go ahead and get a power washer for ourselves. And one thing I did notice while I was doing a bit of blasting there, it's kind of interesting. We have these coal streaks. We have it on this one here too, but it's not as obvious. So we have these 2 giant coal streaks going the whole way down. So I think that's a thing throughout this map. The coal, it's a very kind of thin, linear veins, but they go very deep. So if you are struggling for coal out there, that might be a little indication to what is happening. Alright, let's get into a little bit of this gravel here on the right. We're making decent progress already, pushing our way back in here. Don't want to dig too deep there. Yeah, I'm assuming these, I've never noticed these graphics when getting scoops of dirt before. It's kind of bits flying everywhere. But I think we can go ahead and get ourselves another scoop at least onto this. Let's try and clean up this left side here just ever so slightly. Oh, bouncing back, it's not good. Need to line my truck up a little bit better, I think. It's not too bad like this, but it can come in more to the lip of that wall there. Let's jump in here and take a run down so you can see. It's not very far, but it's a little bit of distance, so I need to give myself a bit of turning room there. This is a mighty fine beast of a thing. I'm super happy with it. Expensive, of course, but that's fine. I think over in the production facility we have quite a bit of a cleanup to do. Now, I added a ramp in here down to our lower platform just to give myself a wider turning radius coming around that corner there. I could kind of envision the problems I'm going to have moving this thing up on that top platform. It's a little bit more narrow. Found a nice parking space there for the older rock truck. Now ideally I would just drive around from here, but I think it's fine just to back this truck all the way back up there. It's not such a long run, but yeah, you can really see the capacity in that bucket is, or that bit of that truck is something quite impressive. There's the oldest model of this bigger style rock truck we have parked in the tunnel there. That's coupled up with my tunneling machine that's not going anywhere. And of course I'll try and find a use for that E300 I think it is, and this is the E400, or the HT400 I should say. It's a little bit narrow on this one for the scale of this machine, but it's just fine. I think we can just about get away with it. Lacking a little bit of power, but that's fine. So it's not such a fair run, it's just a case of digging out the side of this hill here and getting up onto the top. Thinking I'll probably use a conveyor system from the top of this mountain down to that existing dump deck there. But it's kind of fun to drive the rock truck around as well, I must admit. Could probably do with a couple of stairs there, but we won't worry about it just yet. Let's go ahead and keep getting the dirt out of this hill. Need to break out a little bit of anfo again, already back into some solid rock there. And just bouncing everywhere. If that new graphic on the dirt digging and dumping there is intentional, not quite sure I like it. Let's just get out here and do a little bit of building while that terraforming is locked. So then I think I'm happy enough to call this grid here the start of a ramp up on this. Let's just fill this into the side. We're probably going to need to dig this out a little bit if we're going to get this big truck all the way up this hill at some point. Maybe it's wide enough. It is hard to judge right now, but that's no problem. So then let's get into our inventory here, and we can go ahead and lay down the first pieces of our New ramp. Just to keep things nice and linear, you know. I don't want to dig out too much dirt that I don't have to, essentially. The money is flowing in nicely now, so I don't really feel the need to actually get every last scoop of dirt, but sometimes it's just nice to get on the game and dig and grind some cash there. So money is never an issue, not for me at least. There's always another scoop of pay dirt to get, right? Without a doubt. Oh. The ideal if I wasn't crashing into my brand new truck. There we have it. Alrighty, let's try and get this piece of dirt off the ground as we come in here. No. Oh, don't come off the side, please. Let's get a little bit of gravel here on the right. And we're bouncing. That is nice though. Nice full easy buckets. This loader really is a beast. I was seriously concerned about how this thing would perform. The one just before it there is lacking in power in a big way, in my opinion at least. Not sure how everybody else feels about it, but the capacity on it is very nice, but just getting around steep map is I don't know if painful is the word, that maybe that's a little bit extreme, but just a little bit slow. That rack truck is almost full there already. Let's try and get this one towards the front. Let's be a little bit greedy and throw one more bucket onto that, even though there isn't room for it really, let's be honest. Alrighty. I'll have to get back up on the top of this hill here with a bit more drainite there and clean up a little bit more. Let's take a... struggling to dump the last of that bucket onto the bed of the truck there, but we got it. So it's the overhang is pretty much gone there. We have a little bit here, but yeah, it's not ideal. I'm gonna have to clean that up at some stage, but that's a problem for another day, I think. Let's keep this dirt moving, and that's one hell of a load we have there. That's what I like to see, a huge overloaded graphic. A little bit of snow coming down on us today. It's eased off. The snow was quite heavy there for the last couple of episodes at the bare minimum. Those winter evenings are really coming in on top of us here. Just coaster down the hill and take it nice and easy. Save that fuel. Can we zoom out a little bit? We can't. Let's go forward there a little bit actually. Yeah, I'm not sure what the deal with these graphics are. Why is that dirt just coming over the top of that bed there? I'm gonna go ahead and assume that they will fix that. I'm not sure that's intentional. I'm almost certain that it's unintentional. A little bit of an overhang here as well, but it's not so extreme. I think I can just about get away with that. Alrighty, and that's nice and tight. Let's back her up all the way I can there. Undecided if I'm going to expand this lower bench here. I don't think so, as the ramp is starting here, but we'll see how things play out. Get rid of that. It is annoying me a little bit. Alright, let's just use an anvil here on this bit of solid rock. Go ahead here and get ourselves another full truckload. Not sure how well lined up I am there. I'll come back in and realign. A little bit better there. A bit more forward I should come ideally. Okay, so we have a bunch of gravel here that somehow rolled down that hill. Let's go ahead and take care of that. There we go. Still the graphics a little bit glitchy there, but that's alright. There we go. Continue to keep working this mid to higher section now. When we come back up next time, we'll scrape out the bottom and get some more ramp pieces laid down. Cash balance is pretty healthy there at 1.5 million almost, but I think we may run across there to our warehouse and fill up our smelters and our little wash plants again, get that cash rolling in, maybe do a clean out there and see how much we've accumulated over the last couple of sessions there. Should be quite a decent clean out. I believe we had a couple of full stacks of gold ore at the bare minimum there, which is always good cash. We're getting up there in the levels now, level 50, so we have some bigger machinery on the way to us here in the not so distant future. I believe at level 60 and level 70 there we're going to run into some rather large excavators. I'm definitely excited to get into that. It's going to be nice. I do love using Galore here, of course. It is one hell of an efficient machine, I have to say. A lot of fun to use this thing. And I think with this final bucket here we can go ahead and call that full. Kind of ease it down the side of this hill there. Don't want to fall off the side here. Ideally I should widen that ramp, but I think it's fine. I hope it's fine at least. Although inevitably there will be an accident, you know, I can't foresee it. Would be a shame to lose a full load off the back of this truck down that hill. But that's all part of the fun, right? I need to remember to get these back wheels over the side of this dump deck here, I think. Make sure that I'm getting every bit of that in there. Let's back her up one more time then. You can kind of see the indent we're making on the side of this hill already, as I back myself onto some uneven ground there. I think I would do it well to maybe get the roller up here on the side of this hill. And maybe it's fine. I kind of like the visual there of the rugged terrain that we've cut out. And we're really struggling now that we've lost our momentum. Come on, get up there, big girl, you can do it. There we go, come on. Let's back you all the way in then. And that will do very nicely indeed. So we can throw down a couple more ramp pieces here, why not? Keep us true and honest to the goal of getting up this hill. I need number 4 piece there. And you don't want to... So if we can do the grid, drop that block, then we can build on top. Beautiful. Beautiful. Go ahead here and try and get another row of these down. I'm not going to get quite all the way over, but that's fine. We'll go ahead and start cleaning out a little bit more dirt then. Nice easy one there. I was invited to start scooping as soon as I jumped into the machine. Never say no to an easy full bucket. Alright, let's scrape this out so we can get down a few more pieces. Kind of turned my teeth a little bit too far into the concrete there, got all cut up. I have a decent amount of hours in this game now, but I'm very much still a learner, I would say. There we go. Got rid of that little dirt pile on my ramp there. And hopefully I won't have to do too much blasting with the explosives there. There's going to be a little bit of an overhang here, of course, but it doesn't look so bad, and we're gaining elevation as we go up here, so we're going to bounce off that. That's a stubborn pixel of dirt there. Or the permafrost, I should say. Let's really align ourselves a little bit. There we are. Go ahead and scrape this off. That's good, really good actually. Oop. What am I doing? Turn that. Wow, this really... I really made a mess of that. Not quite sure what I was doing. I think I forgot the shift button existed. Whoa, 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 what is happening here? The game is not obliging at the moment. Or, of course, it is user error, as usual. Oops. Bouncy, bouncy. Okay. I think we can get ourselves a couple another ramp pieces thrown down here. Get out this pickaxe real quick and do a little bit of manual labor. Keep our guy in tip-top condition here. There we go, and we are back to ramp piece 4. We're going to go ahead here and throw down a base, then we can throw down number 4 on top. Hopefully that's aligned correctly there. We got another piece to slot in here. There we go, that's pretty nice there. We'll probably scrape this with the bucket, or maybe we won't. So let's just go ahead and take care of that real quickly there. And already we've made quite good progress here, I think. What is this, maybe the 3rd or 4th full load there on the back of that truck. It's really kind of speeded things up very nicely here for us. We'll be at the top of this hill in no time at this rate. Well, not no time, but you know, we're making progress. Alrighty, let's get this load dumped off. And I think I'm gonna go ahead there and fly over to the warehouse and check how production is going and queue a few things up again. Well, not a few things, I'm pretty sure our plant over here will have a decent amount of material in it. Oh, bouncy. It doesn't like coming down that ramp there too fast. I'm getting all caught up on my pillar there. Alrighty, let's make sure we're getting every drop of this pit dirt. A little bit further. There we go. Now. Then let's park her up there, turn those lights off. Let's run down here and check our storage bins, see how well we're doing. Or not doing. I think we should be doing okay though. So we have our sluice box here. Ah yeah, we are trucking along very nicely here. We have a whole bunch of material that we're going to process. That's a hell of a lot of Galore. I think it's my biggest clean out to date, actually. I'm almost certain it's my biggest clean out today. We have a bunch of ruby there. So over here in the smelter, you should have, yeah, full stack of steel there. That's nice. I think I'm just gonna leave those accumulate for now, though. We'll kind of keep those as a rainy day fund. A little bit of gold in here. Not quite sure how that got in there, but it is in there. Interesting. And where is the Jeep now is the next question. So then it is usually up top here. I see it. We're good. Let's take a quick trip over then to the original wash plant and see everything is okay over at home. Let's just check in and things, make sure that we haven't been burgled. We still have all our highly expensive materials over there. So let me remember this pathway straight ahead over here. We'll get down to this other road we cut in there a few episodes ago. Get a little bit of use out of it. It really is a rough pathway, but yeah, it's the best I could come up with, I'm afraid. In my mind it turned out quite a bit better than this, but it's fine, we'll take it. Small victories, right? Potholes all over the place, but that's okay. Eventually when more people come out here, we'll have the taxes to go ahead and fix these roads, but that's not going to quite happen just yet. Alrighty then, let's jump into the warehouse real quickly, and those smelters are still hard at work there. Yeah, so let's just go ahead and start queuing as much of this ore as we can here. We may actually have to buy some more smelters, believe it or not. There's a whole bunch of silicone in there, so I think I'm going to queue up some rubber there, make some use of that coal I have in my inventory. And I do think, just having a quick look at what's in the storage of these smelters, we have a huge payout coming to us. I might keep that for a different time, or we're definitely not stuck for cash right now, that is for sure. Let's get some of these diamonds and rubies out of my inventory as well. We may actually have to add a third floor here to this warehouse facility if we keep accumulating materials at this pace. Yeah, and there's just not a chance in hell I'm getting all this ore into these smelters. We have a whole bunch of silicone that needs to be processed as well. So I guess the solution to my problem here is to build a wash plant there that has a complete automation in the smelting process. But I think that's a project I'm saving for the top of my mountain there once I eventually get up there, you know. So let's see if we can... we have some smelters up here too, I forgot about those. Bunch more gold. The CNC machines are at full capacity there. I may have to get rid of this. I don't think I use this for anything actually. Just to make a little bit of room there. But let's queue these up. Get all the diamonds going. That's the last of those there. Good. We've a small bit, well, we've quite a bit more of ruby ore there to go actually. And 6,000 more. I don't believe we're going to get it all into this. We may need one more wash plant there. And I could perhaps fit it into the corner here. I'm going to go ahead and try. So that is a small wash plant, I believe. There we go. My inventory's a whole mess right now. I have to... that's decent there, I would say. It works for now. Let's call this a temporary one. There we go. So all those are stacked up at the bare minimum, and we can get into that one, no problem. Now we need to find a space for another smelter here. So this side of the door here, perhaps. We're actually going to need 2 or 3 more smelters. 3, I believe. Let's go ahead and get 1 down for now. And that fits quite nicely there. I never really thought I would need to invest in expanding this warehouse. I guess it's on the smaller side in the grand scheme of things. So how much more ore is in our bags there? Quite a bit. We're going to need more smelters. Let's go ahead and get 3 and try and find a space for these here. So then if I drop that down there, let's get myself back into first person. Can I actually slide past here? No, I cannot. That's going to be an issue. Interesting. Let's fix this real quick. What is happening with my camera? There we go. So if we turn you to the side there, perhaps. But over here. I don't know why I have so much difficulty placing items. Come on, just turn the way I want you to. Like that would be ideal, but more to the side here. Alright, let's check upstairs. Maybe we can fit one in beside the bed here. Keep myself nice and warm at night. Come on. Okay, like that, but just over here, please. Okay, let's go ahead there and get rid of that bed. Now, can I fit one beside you is the question. Okay, let's just rotate you then. What's the queue time like on the CNC machine? There's days of a queue on that. Good God. So then, we really have quite a problem here. Let's just get this one working for now. So then, let's see. Okay, I think I will just go ahead and sell this. I'm not using it right now. We can go ahead and get at least one more smelter in there. If I can get it rotated just how I would like it to be. Not quite like that. Okay. Let's get you in there to the corner, please. Okay, turn you to the front. Just like that. Put over here, please. Come on. Why is it so difficult? Come on. Okay, it doesn't want to do it. So let's get this one working for now. There we go, and we've just a small bit more ore there that I want to process. So then, we don't want to face this way. What about if we turn you like that? So, what about there? It's clipping into my stairs, unfortunately. Yeah, it's clipping quite badly. But for now, let's just get this ore smelted. I will fix that there. Let's go ahead and clean out this real quickly here. I have a whole bunch of crap in here that I don't need. Get rid of that bed. I never used it, unfortunately. And I think we have a bit more silicone there. A little bit of white paint. Silicone, so the silicone can actually go in here. There we go. It worked out okay there in the end. Kind of got there, but need to do something about this. Perhaps add a third floor there, or just put an extension onto the back of this building. We have a little bit of room that isn't used out here with my wonderful wiring job there. And how are these derricks looking? We can actually go ahead and queue up some more aisle there if we want to. But for now it's fine. Those are really long queues there, 500 minutes on each of those nearly. That's fine for the time being. Alrighty, I think I'm going to leave it there for now. In the next episode we'll get back over to our mountain there and try and get up onto the summit of it there. And get that bulldozer up there and put it to work. Scrape out a platform and a couple of rough paths there. And we'll start mining that. Maybe start thinking about dismantling that mountain in its entirety. But for now I'm going to leave it there. Cheers for watching. I appreciate that. All the best to you.